Hey guys, Kevin Cage here, and I'm excited to have Joe on today of IronKeyCapital. Great to have you on board. And Joe, would love to have you tell us a little bit about IronKeyCapital.
Sure, Kevin. Thanks for having me on. Super excited to be here. So IronKeyCapital is a digital asset hedge fund that's focused on enterprise adoption and real-world utility. And what that means is that we're looking at cryptos that are solving, fundamental problems in the world or within the Web3 space itself. We offer investors a diversified portfolio to emerging undervalued tokens based on our fundamental research framework. Just so you get a little background about myself. So I have a background in systems engineering and quantitative finance. Back when I was graduating college, I started a Uber and Airbnb, I'll call it a ripoff of the college touring business. So think about you could log in with Facebook and match with someone that has similar interests to set up a customizable tour to go see what that school is really like before you make a decision. So had some success there, worked on that, realized that I didn't want to be in the college touring business. Neither did my CTO. He wanted to go work go to work at Microsoft. I went to go work at Vanguard at a derivatives trading desk in valuation specifically. So did that for about 2 years. In the summer of 2017, started watching the Bitcoin price go up, started to get more interested, started to read more, do more due diligence. In the fall of 2017, I basically stopped doing my job and started reading about crypto and blockchain all day. So after a couple of weeks of that, my bosses weren't so happy. So I went to go talk to them, and I basically told them, hey, listen, so there's this whole blockchain thing. It's a revolution, and it's going to continue to proliferate. So we need to do a couple things. We need to settle all of our transactions, our derivatives on a blockchain. We were settling trades on 3 days after we traded them. And also we need to, we need to launch a crypto trading desk to allow our clients to get exposure to this asset class. So went to them with those two things. They said, well, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't think we're interested at this time. Totally get it. Ended up leaving a week later. But it's really interesting because in my last week, I went to an in-person presentation given by Caitlin Long about blockchain at the Vanguard campus, and ended up structuring the fund in Wyoming because of her. So
Awesome.
that's interesting. So yeah, so did that. Ended up getting a job as the second employee at the crypto startup ICOalert.com in the back half of 2017 as we moved into the first crypto bull market. That was super interesting, helped scale that company to 30 employees, multi-million dollars in revenue. We were essentially a digital platform that allowed people to, crypto investors, to connect with the ICO startups themselves and allow them to do due diligence and research into the space. And it was really interesting because I saw, about 50 to 100 data points come across my desk about every single project. And I honestly saw probably every single ICO come across my desk. I was responsible for synthesizing and aggregating and reporting on all the different investment information in the blockchain space. So
I remember that website, ICOalert.com. And then also, not to cut you off, but crazy to see how far we've come with Caitlin Long and these banking charters for Avanti, these digital banks, and Kraken, and even regards of settling derivatives. Now that's normal talk today. So I can't imagine where we're going to be in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, it's super interesting, Kevin, and it's actually interesting for the fund as well, because we plan to leverage the new Wyoming banking charter, which is actually called the Special Purpose Depository Institutions, the SPDI banking charter, which is different than fractional reserve banking because it forces these banks to act as custodians and have 100% of their clients' reserves actually there and not lent out. So that gives us operational efficiency in terms of stablecoin rails, leverage, and all different types of operational efficiencies for the fund.